Have you ever wondered why some loves never unfold, no matter how deeply your heart yearns or how fervently you hope? Why does the heart, in all its desire and longing, sometimes find itself denied what it believes it deserves? Perhaps what seems like rejection is actually divine protection, a subtle hand from God guiding you away from paths that would harm your spirit. The heart often rushes forward, blinded by passion and longing, imagining that love is the ultimate fulfillment, when in reality, it is often a mirror reflecting our deepest vulnerabilities and desires. The love you thought was destined for you might have been a trap, an illusion carefully disguised to challenge your discernment and awaken your awareness. Each moment of withheld affection carries a quiet lesson. Patience, reflection, and trust are required before the soul can truly recognize authentic connection. God's timing is not always immediate, and not every passion is meant to last. Some encounters appear intense, intoxicating, or right, yet they may lead only to pain or disillusionment. These moments are opportunities to observe, to understand patterns, and to learn the difference between fleeting desire and enduring love. By listening to the whispers of intuition and the subtle nudges of the heart, you begin to discern which connections uplift your spirit and which could erode it. Consider the experiences you once resisted or ignored. Perhaps those were shields, divine interventions you did not recognize at the time. God's protection often comes quietly, without fanfare, steering you towards safety, emotional maturity, and the eventual arrival of a love aligned with your soul. Take a moment now to reflect. Are you ready to trust that what never reached you was a merciful act? Check if you are subscribed to the channel, like this video, and share your reflections in the comments below. The wrong love often presents itself as a mirror, reflecting what we hope to see, rather than the truth of who we are. It flatters, tempts, and convinces us that passion alone is enough, while subtly hiding inconsistencies, doubts, or intentions that could harm the soul. God, in His wisdom, sometimes allows these experiences only to reveal what is not meant for us, to sharpen our discernment, and to guide us toward what truly nourishes our heart. These deceptive affections teach a critical lesson. Love that excites without grounding, that thrills without respect, is not meant to last. The subtle signs, the half-truths, the patterns of inconsistency, the moments of unease, are markers, nudges placed by divine care to protect you from harm. Recognizing these early requires reflection, courage, and a willingness to face discomfort, even when desire pulls strongly in another direction. Every encounter with a love that seems right but ultimately fails is a lesson in self-respect and spiritual awareness. God teaches that the heart must be attuned not only to emotions, but to the alignment of values, intentions, and character. It is in these experiences that wisdom grows, and the soul learns to trust guidance that transcends immediate desire. Pause and consider the relationships that left you unsettled yet captivated. These moments were not wasted, they were part of your spiritual preparation. By observing patterns, trusting intuition, and acknowledging the divine hand guiding you, you create space for authentic love to enter. Comment below. I trust God's guidance in love, affirming your awareness and faith in His protection. Heartbreak is rarely just an end. It is a teacher, a silent guide revealing truths about your values, boundaries, and the depth of your emotional resilience. Every painful encounter, every love that did not endure, carries a hidden lesson from God, shaping your understanding of what the heart truly needs. The pain you feel is not meaningless. It is a mirror reflecting areas that require healing, awareness, and growth. Often, we mistake heartbreak for failure, yet it is precisely through these trials that we learn to recognize authentic love. God uses disappointment and sorrow to reveal patterns, to test patience, and to clarify what nourishes the soul versus what drains it. Each emotional wound carries wisdom, urging you to look beyond immediate desire and to align your choices with your spiritual path. In reflection, you may notice how certain relationships challenged your self-respect or led you away from peace. These experiences are divine instruments, guiding you to discern the difference between fleeting attraction and enduring connection. They cultivate discernment, teaching that love must elevate rather than diminish, nurture rather than consume. Pause and acknowledge the growth achieved through past sorrows. The lessons learned, though sometimes bitter, prepare your heart for a love that is wholesome, respectful, and divinely aligned. Remember, even when the heart feels broken, God's protection and guidance are present, quietly steering you toward relationships that honor your spirit. Sometimes God intervenes not to deny, but to protect, to pause your journey into a love that could have caused harm. These pauses may feel frustrating, lonely, or even confusing, yet they are sacred moments where divine care quietly shapes your path. It is in these interruptions that the heart learns patience, the mind gains clarity, and the soul cultivates resilience. The pause is an invitation to reflect. Are you seeking love for validation, for security, or for genuine connection? Often the wrong love tests your patience and tempts you to settle for what feels easy or familiar, while the right love waits for a soul fully prepared. Recognizing this divine intervention requires trust, mindfulness, and a willingness to surrender control, understanding that every delay carries a purpose. During these times, you are encouraged to grow spiritually, emotionally, and even socially. The experiences that seem like setbacks are actually scaffolding, supporting your growth and preparing your heart to receive a love that is safe, respectful, and aligned with God's plan. These pauses teach you discernment, the ability to distinguish fleeting desire from enduring affection. Take a moment now to reflect on the divine pauses in your life. Share in the comments. I trust God's deliverance in my relationships, affirming your faith in His guidance. Recognize that each withheld encounter is not a loss, but a protective embrace designed to lead you toward true and lasting love. The wrong love rarely shouts its intentions. It whispers, leaving subtle hints that are easy to overlook. Inconsistencies in words, fleeting gestures of care, and moments of discomfort are often the earliest signs that a relationship is misaligned with your soul. God places these markers as gentle warnings, inviting you to pause, observe, and reflect before investing deeply in a connection that could bring pain. Recognizing these signs requires honesty and courage. It asks you to face the truth of your heart, even when desire clouds judgment. Every moment of hesitation, every uneasy feeling, is a divine nudge, steering you away from experiences that could compromise your emotional and spiritual integrity. Learning to listen to these whispers is a practice of discernment, a way to honor your inner voice and align with God's guidance. These subtle warnings are not obstacles. They are tools of protection, teaching the heart to value self-respect and emotional safety. By observing behaviors, patterns, and the energy of interactions, you can differentiate between connections that uplift and those that diminish your spirit. Each insight strengthens your ability to navigate relationships with clarity, confidence, and spiritual awareness. Reflect on your past relationships and the subtle signs you may have missed. By embracing these lessons, you prepare yourself to attract love that is authentic, nurturing, and aligned with divine intention. Trust that God's hand is always guiding, even when the heart feels uncertain or impatient. True love begins within, and God often teaches that the relationship you cultivate with yourself sets the tone for every connection you will experience. Self-love is not vanity. It is awareness, respect, and care for the heart, mind, and spirit. When you honor your own needs and boundaries, you create space for relationships that uplift rather than drain, that nurture rather than diminish. Many wrong loves arise when self-love is neglected or underestimated. Settling for less than you deserve or ignoring inner warnings often leads to heartbreak and disappointment. God uses these experiences to guide you back to yourself, showing that the most important relationship is the one you maintain with your own soul. By nurturing self-awareness and emotional intelligence, you become attuned to what is truly compatible with your spiritual path. Cultivating self-love means listening deeply to your instincts, respecting your emotions, and prioritizing your growth. It is in this alignment that the heart becomes capable of recognizing authentic love when it arrives. By understanding your own value, you naturally attract connections that mirror the care and reverence you hold for yourself. Pause and reflect on the ways you have nurtured your own heart. The path to authentic love begins with self-respect, patience, and inner clarity. By walking this path, you honor God's guidance and prepare your soul for relationships that are safe, meaningful, and divinely aligned. Love has its own timing, orchestrated beyond human comprehension. God intervenes not to deny joy, but to ensure that the right love arrives precisely when your heart and soul are ready to receive it. The moments of waiting, the delays, and the pauses are not punishments. They are preparation, shaping your character and deepening your spiritual awareness. Patience is not passive. It is active. Trust. It is the acknowledgement that almost every missed connection and every heartbreak serves a purpose in God's greater plan. These experiences refine your understanding of what love truly requires: respect, alignment of values, emotional maturity, and spiritual resonance. By embracing the waiting, you allow your heart to grow into the capacity to welcome a love that honors your soul. Trusting divine timing means releasing control over outcomes while remaining attentive to lessons, signs, and the subtle guidance of intuition. It is a practice of faith, a conscious decision to align with God's plan, rather than being driven solely by desire or impatience. In these moments, the soul learns discernment, resilience, and a deeper connection to the divine wisdom that governs love. Take a moment to reflect on the timing of past relationships. Comment below. I trust God's plan for my love, affirming your faith in divine orchestration and the understanding that every pause, every redirection, is an act of protection and preparation for the love that is truly meant for you. Every encounter with the wrong love leaves a mark, yet these experiences are not wasted. They are instruments of transformation. Heartbreak and disappointment serve as teachers, shaping your understanding of self-worth, emotional boundaries, and the qualities that define authentic connection. God uses these trials to refine your heart, preparing it for relationships that honor both your spirit and your growth. Through pain, the soul gains clarity. You learn to differentiate between attraction that excites but destabilizes and love that nurtures and sustains. Each lesson strengthens resilience, guiding you toward greater wisdom in recognizing intentions, assessing compatibility, and valuing mutual respect. The wrong love, though painful, illuminates the path toward the right love, revealing patterns to avoid and priorities to uphold. Divine guidance works subtly, often through the experiences that feel challenging or even unjust. By reflecting on these trials, you develop discernment, patience, and gratitude for the protection they offered, even if it was unseen at the moment. The process is not merely about avoiding mistakes. It is about cultivating a heart ready to embrace love that is profound, supportive, and spiritually aligned. Pause and consider the lessons you have gained through difficult relationships. Let gratitude for these trials fill your heart, acknowledging that God's intervention has been present in shaping your readiness for authentic love. By embracing these experiences as transformative, you honor both your journey and the divine wisdom guiding it. Preparation for true love is not a passive waiting. It is an active process of growth, reflection, and alignment with your spiritual and emotional values. God calls you to cultivate awareness, strengthen your boundaries, and develop the clarity needed to recognize a love that honors your soul. The wrong loves you have experienced were not detours. They were preparatory lessons, teaching you what to seek, what to avoid, and how to value yourself in relationships. Emotional maturity and spiritual growth are essential in creating a heart ready to receive authentic love. By reflecting on past experiences, you recognize patterns that no longer serve you and understand the qualities that foster trust, respect, and mutual growth. This preparation is a sacred act, aligning your desires with divine timing and guidance. When you consciously prepare your heart, you open the door to connections that resonate deeply, offering not only companionship, but partnership in growth and harmony. The wrong loves taught discernment, but the right love will reflect alignment, care, and spiritual resonance. Each step taken in self-awareness, patience, and intentional reflection brings you closer to a love that is profound, safe, and divinely guided. Pause and reflect on your readiness. Comment below, "I am preparing my heart for true love," acknowledging the work you are doing to cultivate a relationship that nurtures, uplifts, and aligns with God's plan for your life. Trust that your preparation is shaping a future where love is both sacred and fulfilling. As you reflect on the journey of love that never reached fruition, recognize the divine wisdom woven into every experience. God's hand has been present, guiding, protecting, and preparing your heart for the love that is truly meant for you. The relationships that never worked out were not losses. They were acts of mercy, shields that preserved your spirit from harm and directed you toward connections that honor your soul. Gratitude transforms your perspective, shifting focus from what was denied to the lessons gained. Every heartbreak, pause, and redirection carries a purpose, helping you grow spiritually, emotionally, and relationally. By embracing these experiences, you cultivate patience, discernment, and readiness for a love that is safe, fulfilling, and aligned with God's plan. It is through reflection and acknowledgement of these divine interventions that the heart matures, opening space for authentic connection to enter with clarity and joy. As you move forward, carry this gratitude into every choice and encounter. Let the lessons shape your approach to love, ensuring that each connection reflects respect, alignment, and mutual care. Remember that true love is not merely found. It is recognized when the heart is prepared, grounded, and in harmony with divine timing. If this message resonates with you, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and leave a comment expressing gratitude for the guidance you have received. Prepare to welcome a love that honors your spirit, and join us in the next video as we continue this journey of faith, discernment, and divine love.